All right, we in Georgia today with Monique. Monique, what's going
Hey,
on,
how you
girl?
doing? Hey, nice to meet
Okay,
you.
nice to meet you too. Okay, so for the people that watch it, introduce yourself and give a little background about how you grew up and how you caught your case.
Yeah, my name Monique. I'm from the city of Chicago, West Side, born and raised. I got 6 siblings. One
Okay.
passed away. I'm the oldest out of all of them. And I grew up with my mom, but not my dad. My dad was always, in the streets. He was like a crackhead or whatever, so he wasn't never in my life. So that's when I started. As I was growing up, I started dating guys that was older than me. So when I got with this guy, he was 19, so he was like 3.5 years older than me. He was 19, going on 20. I was 16, just turned 16.
Okay.
So I started dating him and didn't know that he was a woman beater.
Mm.
So he used to do PCP, and PCP is like happy sticks. I don't know if you know what that is down here.
No.
So it's like the wet bag, or I don't know. I
Okay.
don't think they do it down here. I never heard nobody say it. So anyway, that was his drug of choice. I was a like to drink or whatever. I was always out in the streets. Like my mama, she didn't have like no control of me. I was angry because my siblings, they had their daddy in their life and I didn't have no daddy.
Did
So
they
my
have the same daddy from you?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
No, they didn't. They had different daddies.
Okay. Okay.
So I was the only one. Their daddy was in their life and Maz wasn't. So it's like I had to go out there and look for love into guys that was older than me. And I used to think like, being with guys, um, when they put their hands on you, they love you.
Is
I
that what
didn't
you
know.
saw? So that's why
That's
you
what I
figured that?
saw. Yes, that's what I saw.
Okay.
And not at home, but like out in the streets
Streets.
or
Okay.
aunties or uncles or stuff like that. And I see them get right back with each other. So
Okay.
I thought it was the thing to do. So when I started messing dating guys or whatever, he was this one particular guy. He was the one that was a woman beater.
Mhm.
So we started hanging around, kicking it or whatever. He couldn't control his drug habit nor liquor, so he couldn't have it both at the same time.
Okay.
It was either or. Other than that, he was all over the place.
Did you try the drug with him?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, because I knew how everybody in the hood they was doing it. Like older people that was older than
Mhm.
me, they was doing it. So I see how it had them like hallucinated. They thought they could pick up buildings. They thought they was Spider Man.
Not pick up the
They thought,
buildings.
yes, I got it. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick this
Okay
building up.
then.
I got it. Hold fast, Nisi Poo. I got this building. So I ain't never like how it had people feeling. So I'm like, oh Lord, he high. Here he go with his bullshit.
Yeah.
So like he was cool. Like when we were sober or whatever, he was cool. Now this one particular time, you know, we was like more than friends than anything. But this one particular time we got drunk.
Mhm.
Well, let me go back. Let me backtrack. When he was high one time, we had end up getting into it. That weekend we was at a party. Well, I
Mhm.
was there first, and then he came. He had his little gun, so everybody was like, "Hey Mo, there go man for to come in this party." I was like, "Oh Lord, let me leave up out of here."
Yeah.
So he noticed me. I was leaving out, but it was a lot of people outside, so he noticed me. So I'm leaving out, and hey bitch. So I kept going, kept walking,
Yeah.
kept walking. The man shot at me.
No.
So I'm walking, the stop sign is like where my lamp is. So
Mhm.
I'm walking towards that way. So he shot in the eye the first time. They were like, man, what you doing? So when I heard it, I ran. So when I got to the stop sign, he shot again. It hit the pole, the stop sign.
Yeah.
I ducked and I ran. So that was that. And then I was like, oh yeah, this man, he crazy. He
Yeah.
off
He.
that
Yeah.
sticks. He going crazy. So we ended up, I ain't gonna do it no more. I ain't gonna do it no more. But he was selling it too for somebody. Not
Okay.
only that he was selling, he was doing the drugs as well.
Mhm.
So, do I get like towards my case part? Or
Okay. So you was with this abuser. He was doing drugs and stuff like that. So would it be safe to say that he kind of like had mind control of you since he was older than you?
he but kinda, sort of,
Why you say kind of,
cause,
sort of?
cause at the I wanted to say, I was like, okay, he a hood nigga, he do this, he said, but it was like the drugs that was taking over him. you know.
Okay.
So it was like, he kinda like, okay, he ain't gonna do it no more. Let me go on the stage. You know, I didn't know. I loved this man. I ain't know. I was like, okay,
Okay.
whatever, I'm gonna give him another chance. So yeah, he was kinda controlling, I
Okay.
wanna say.
So before we get into cause your case, you said that your other siblings they had their father and stuff like that. Was you kind of jealous that they had their father? You
I
didn't?
wasn't jealous. I was more angry. So that
Okay.
made me like an angry person. Like, I grew up off the push early. I stayed fighting. I didn't care.
Mhm.
Using, smoking weed, drinking. So it's like I didn't care. I was looking for love all in the wrong places, and I was looking into men older than me.
Mhm.
So. But when they started like putting their hands on me, it was like, okay, he
Yeah.
ain't going nowhere. He love me. He got, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. So.
Okay. All right. So did you catch your case with your boyfriend?
That,
Or
yeah, that's the case with the guy who I'm telling you about. That's who I caught my
okay.
case on.
So tell us about that night or that day. What happened? What happened?
It was August 23rd. I will never forget. 2003. We was all outside. This the time my mama, she had just moved in her new crib.
Mhm.
Then I went to the house. It was nice, but I was staying with my grandma too. I
Okay.
had ended up moving with my grandma, so I was staying with my grandma. And August 23rd of 2003. I was already drinking. Man was drinking. Him and his guys, they was drinking. And then I came over there where they was at. So they ended up going to the store because we was gonna go to the party. And
Mhm.
the party was like 3 doors down from where my mama just moved to. So I let my mama know that I was going to the party with them or whatever. But we came back to the building. We ended up drinking. So now by this time he's sloppy drunk. I'm tipsy. I asked him let me use the key so I could go upstairs to use the bathroom.
Mhm.
The elevators never worked, so I had to walk up 7 flights of stairs
Okay.
because they called it the 7th story. So he stayed on the last floor, the 7th floor. So I walked up the stairs or whatever. Didn't think that he was gonna come behind me.
Mhm.
And my mom, she already know where I be at in that area or whatever. So I ended up going, and she knew his phone number. So I ended up going upstairs using the bathroom, and I checked the caller ID box because, like I say, my mama be calling. I'm like, okay, let me
Yeah.
see my mama call because she sure ain't come pop over here. So I called to see did she call. She didn't call. The last number that I seen was this girl who he used to go with.
Okay.
When he told me he stopped messing with her, I don't mess with her, I don't mess with her. I don't know, you tripping, but I knew her number, you
Okay
know.
then.
I'm like, okay, so I sit there, I smoke me a cigarette, and at this time I got to pee bad, but I'm just sitting there because if I get up, I know I probably pee, so I'm just, working it back on up.
Yeah.
So by that time, I done went to the bathroom. He done came upstairs. So while I'm doing all this, I guess he was coming behind me
Mhm.
when I was upstairs. Cause imagine he was a big dude.
Okay.
So I knew it was gonna take him a minute. So he had to come like right behind me.
Mhm.
So I'm just running up the stairs, running upstairs. So I got up there quick. So by the time I ended up getting up to go use the bathroom, I go in the bathroom. I'm hearing him in the hallway. He making all types of noise. Laughing, speaking to everybody. He
Mhm.
come in, I'm still on the toilet. He come in, he checked the caller ID box too. He like, laughing like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm like, yeah, okay. So he came in the bathroom. I said, I'm wiping myself, about to pull my clothes up. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. Why you asking me what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
He like, it is something wrong with you. I'm like, man, ain't no wrong with me. That was his name. We called him Big Man. I'm like, man, ain't nothing wrong with me. So he seen it in my face. I was mad, of course. So I'm pulling on my clothes. I'm washing my hands. The man threw the cup of liquor on me because he had the liquor. So I pushed him.
Mhm.
So I pushed him, and then by that time, that's when I leave up out the house. So I'm standing out there. I'm like, now I'm mad. So the next door neighbor, she came around. She was like, what's wrong, Mo? And I'm like, man, he just slapped me and pushed me for no reason because he pushed me and then slapped me. So that's
Yeah.
when I pushed him. And mind you, they building it was only like a 1 bedroom apartment, so the little apartment, it was small.
Okay.
So it was like when you come in the door, that's them chillers on smell. I'm like, I kept saying, what?
Okay, then she got the chitlins on
I'm sorry.
while we doing this.
I'm sorry. So I'm like, okay, so it's the door, a closet, and then the kitchen, and
Mhm.
then the living room. So I leave out, I talk to the next door neighbor. So she like, what's wrong? I was like, man, just push me for no reason, you know. So he ended up locking the door. So now I'm banging on the door because I left my sweater in there. So now I'm banging on the door, banging on the door. He finally opened up the door. We goes back in. No, I leave. I goes. Before he opened up the door, I had ended up was fit to go back downstairs. I said, "Damn, I got to go get my sweater." So I came back to knock on the door and get my sweater. So had the lady who was seeing everything, I get to that part, but he ended up opening up the door for me. So mad you, the next door neighbor, she was out there. She was a witness.
Yeah.
So he finally opened up the door. Now we in there, we arguing, we tussling, he fighting me or whatever. It's a knife right there, Matt. When you come in the kitchen right there, and then it's a little closet. So I said, man, stop putting your hands on me. Stop putting your hands on me. He's just fighting me, fighting me. I grabbed the knife. It was a little kitchen knife, and I stabbed him above his heart. He didn't know that he was stabbed because, like I said, he was off the PCP and he was off the alcohol. And it could have saved him because of the drugs he was on and the PCP. So he didn't know that he was stabbed. So the lady who I was out there talking to, the witness, the next door neighbor, man, you too big to be fighting on her. Stop fighting on her. So she trying to pull him away from me. So when she pulled and she seen blood, she was like, somebody bleeding. So when she seen that he was bleeding, she was like, oh man, you stabbed. So he kind of like panicked. So he took like 2 steps back and then he fell. So I was like, oh, I didn't leave. I stayed on the scene. She called the ambulance or whatever because I'm thinking he gonna be okay. So because he talking to me, damn, I can't believe you stabbed me. I can't believe you stabbed me. Damn. So it was his sister's house. His sister had went earlier that day. She had went to the Africans and got her hair braided. And so it happened like at 2-something in the morning. And that's when she was on her way. The next door neighbor called his sister. She was on her way. By that time, the ambulance was there. The police was there. Fire department was there. So when they came, they was, doing work on them. He was talking to her. He was like, the police was like, who did this to you? He was like, she did. I'll get her ass away from me and this and this and that. So they handcuffed me. They asking me where I stay. I tell them where I stay at. So by that time, I'm in handcuffs. They taking me out the house. His sister come in. What the hell happened? What happened? She didn't know what was going on. She knew that her brother was on the floor, on the floor. So she kicking me as they taking me out the house or whatever. They take me downstairs, took me where I stayed at, knocked on my mom's door and told them that they had me in custody to come down to Harrison and Kinsey at the police station. So my mom, she wasn't going to come at first because she was like, okay, Monique, she probably over there at the party fighting. Like I said, it was a party like 3 doors down from her house. So she thought I was there. So they questioned me. I got blood everywhere. You imagine I wouldn't have got my sweater or whatever. Had blood everywhere. My mama came down there. She was like, well, could you just tell me what happened? So when she got to the police station, that's when they told her. But when I got to the police station, they started questioning me. So now I'm sitting here telling them everything that went on, thinking I'm going to come home because I wasn't charged with nothing. So come to find out, every statement that they used, had on me, they couldn't use because I was a minor. I was 16. So they used the lady's statement. I'm getting back to the next door neighbor who seen everything. The next door neighbor said they was trying to make it seem like it was premeditated because she told them, I came out, I got some air, I told her what happened. I walked to the stairs, remember I told you I was leaving. She said I walked towards the stairs, I came back like as if, let me see if he gonna come out the house kind of thing. So I walked to the stairs and came back. This is what she's telling the police. So she was like, she walked to the stairs, she came back, she opened up the door with, she knocked on the door with anger. He opened up the door. That's when they went in the house and started fighting. Next thing you know, I opened up the door behind them, trying to get them off. By that time, I stabbed him. And he, was still, didn't know he was stabbed. And that's when she said, somebody stabbed. This is what she telling the police. So she basically was trying to use it against me. And
but that's what I'm finna say. So how she gonna say that and she seen that he was whooping on you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But by them being, that's her neighbor. She knew him longer. She barely knew me, because I wasn't really coming around like that.
Yeah, it's true enough. But still though, I'm pretty sure not even her, but the people, even his sister and the other people know he's constantly beating your ass, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they know that.
And his sister, who house it is, she knew that. It was plenty of times that she done put him out. Man, you too big to be fighting on her.
Yeah.
Monique, you just go home and come back later. Or man, I'm gonna put your ass out. Stop putting
Yes.
your hands on her.
Yes.
So everybody knew that this was going on, but nobody never told my mama. I never told my mama. I didn't tell her about when he shot at me.
Yes.
Didn't nobody say nothing about it. Now everybody was out there when it happened, but didn't nobody say nothing about it until I got locked up.
Yes.
So when everybody comes telling my mama, oh well, yeah, he did shot at her, yeah, man used to beat her ass and this and that. Okay, well, can you come and talk to her lawyer? Can you come to court and say?
Exactly.
Didn't nobody want to do that.
Why ain't nobody want to do that?
Scared. Oh, I ain't getting involved with that. I was just letting you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
People don't want to be labeled as a mouse or a rat or whatever, so they don't want to snitch or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much how that went. So when I got to the police station, like I say, my mama came down there then. She was asking what happened. They was telling her what was going on. And then she kept leaving out. My stepdaddy was coming in there. And by that time, my mama, she was calling the lawyer.
Okay.
They was questioning me. They was hollering at me. They was telling me this. You gonna tell me this?
They dirty. Everybody that's deal with these folks in goddamn Chicago, they some dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah, they is. And it was like they was trying to put stuff on me, just lying. They was just lying. So the statement and I'm telling the truth, I'm like, oh, and there's nothing else for me to tell. I'm telling you everything because I'm trying to get out. By this time, I done sobered up because now I'm trying to see what's going on. So that still wasn't charged with nothing. The next day, I stayed in the police station for a whole day. The next day, that's when he was sedated at the hospital. He never died off my stab wound.
Okay.
He was sedated at the hospital. His sister Banker and his mom, they was up there at the hospital. I guess when you sedated, you can't be making a whole lot of noise. When people sedated, I don't know how they go.
Okay.
But he ended up waking up and he seen that he was patched up with tubes and stuff. He started putting the plugs like, well, man, let me get out of here. That's what happened.
Freaked out, shocked.
Yes. But they said, he could have lived out the stab wound, but how he was uncooperative, he didn't want to, so that's how he ended up.
So he was on the stab one time or multiple times?
No, he only got stabbed one time. It was
okay.
above his heart. But they said he could have lived off of it because he had enough alcohol. He had enough alcohol in his system to give to the whole community. Plus, he had the PCP in his system.
Okay.
So the PCP kind of like saved his life.
Yeah, it was a barrier.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, he could have lived off the stab wound, but he started pulling plugs and stuff like that. So technically, I wouldn't say like I'm a murderer. What people, portray me to be. But yeah, I really want to say it was more like self-defense. And only reason why, and I would have got not knowing that he had domestics in his background.
Yes.
So when he shot at me, they was like, well, why you ain't call the police? I didn't know. I was young. I didn't know. I was scared. I didn't want to call no police. I didn't even want to tell my mama or my uncles because I didn't want them to know what I was going through. I thought I was grown. I thought I was this. I thought I was that. So I handled things on my own. But if I would have known that, a one police report letting them know that he shot at me, and I could have got away. I could have did no time in jail.
So did you take it to trial or you was given a plea?
A plea. I took it a plea. I ain't go to trial.
Okay, so what they charged you with? Manslaughter?
No, they tried to give me first degree murder with 20 years. My lawyer said no, they weren't going.
Yeah.
My judge, he was so sweet. He was cool with me. He seen I had no background or whatever. And they was trying to drop it down more, but his family started coming to court on his behalf. So they dropped it down to second degree, gave me 18 years with 50%. I was like, well, y'all could go drop it down some more. That's still more. I'm 16.
16, yes. And he was 19 going on 20, and he constantly was whooping my ass, and y'all knew about it.
Well, at 16, I went to the ID home. I was 17 when I actually caught my case. I went to the ID home. I had to stay there because they charged me as an adult. Okay. So I went to the ID home. I had to stay there until I was 17.
Okay.
So this happened April, May, June, July, August, September. I had to stay there for like 7 months. So on my birthday, they transferred me to the county.
Okay.
I stayed in the county for 2.5 years. So like on my 18th, 19th birthday, that's when I took my time
to the big house.
To the big.
Okay, so can you give us some incidents by the big house? So how much time did you do in the big house?
7.5 years.
7.5 years. Did you ever fuck with a female while you was in there?
Plenty.
So do you really like females, or you just did that because you had the time?
I did that because of the time. I tried it when I came home. It just ain't for me. I mean, I still look at them, but it's just not in me no more.
Okay, so look, this is the first one on Peak Confinement that actually said she only did that shit because she was in there because of the time. So just
it was easy. Like, it was easy. Like, once I got in there, got comfortable, got used to people, it was like I felt like I was in college. I was cool with the CEOs. I had polyester, had my jewelry.
Okay.
I thought I was the thing. So it was a lot. I started off with the studs, and then I could do the studs.
Why everybody look over here? They like the stud. What is it about the stud? Y'all be on them studs, man.
I don't know, but and then I was like, I can't do these studs no more. They just too much for me, so I started messing with the films.
Okay, so what the film was talking about?
They was more on my level than the stud would be. The stud was acting more like the nigga. And I ain't really want that.
You really want that? Okay. So, did you eat any pussy while you was in there?
No, I didn't. No.
Man.
Nope.
Wait.
Nope.
Hey, y'all. Monique said she did 7.5 years. She don't fuck with females like that, but she had a girlfriend. Ain't no how they let that shit fly with you?
Because the studs didn't like it. The studs didn't like that. The studs, you know what they got? They got off of eating pussy. You know, they got off on that. They didn't like for they woman to suck on them. They didn't.
Well, I don't know what they got going on, but
well, all right.
I don't know what they got going on, man.
So yeah, and then it was ways to like how we make straps. So that's what, you know what I'm saying.
So was you getting bust down?
One time I did it one time, and I ain't like it because it was too firm for me, you know.
Okay.
I don't know if it was how they made them, how they made the strap or whatever, too thick. Or it was just too. It wasn't moving, like, you know what I'm saying.
So
it was stiff, like,
okay, then. So she was like, that thing was too hard for you. Y'all need to tighten up with it.
So and then like you ain't been penetrating all that time. When we go in there, I ain't like that.
Okay,
but with the stud bras, they did want they pussy ate, you know. So I was cool with that.
I don't know what type of time they on, but it ain't going on right here, boy.
Boy,
that head, boy.
But they got off. They got their pussy wet back doing their girls.
I mean, I do too. But baby, you got the head game. Boy, you got to get that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So what about the feminine girls?
But I tried it when I came home. Not in jail. I tried it when I came home. The feminine girls, yeah, we go of course do each other, you know.
Okay.
So. But the stud brides, that's why I stayed with the stud brides for so long, because they ain't want that done. You know.
Okay, then. Win-win situation for you.
Yeah. So when I got with the females over there, I'm like, okay, they like it, you know. So.
Did you get in any fights while you was in there?
Absolutely, over bitches, females. I had no problem, you know, and it was the stud bride. So yeah, I had plenty of fights in there. I stayed fighting in there.
Okay.
I stayed going to see it. I stayed doing all that. But see, I had ended up slowing down because by me having the second degree, I was eligible for days. So I was really going, you know, to get my side down. I'm like, shit, I got an opportunity. I'm in here with all these murderers. They killing dogs, killing kids.
Yeah.
I got the chance to go home.
Yes, okay.
You know, and then I was messing with people, old timers who had 30, 40 years. You know, I knew they weren't coming home.
Yes.
So I knew I wasn't going to see them again because I ain't never coming back.
Yes.
So I was messing with those kinds. And I had to stop. Like, I done got into fights, fighting my wife. And fighting my wife, broke her nose. Fighting my wife, broke her nose. They tried to snatch time from me, but they didn't, because I had bruises on me from her hitting on me.
Okay.
So we both did 30 days and said. And I had to fight with plenty of people, but I had ended up fighting and doing that because
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Trying
go
to come
home.
home. Yeah.
And then I could have been came home, but I wanted to get in some fights, go to set shit on fire, flood. They tried to ship me.
Yeah.
They tried to ship me and leave my girlfriend. Now I'm staying with my
Girlfriend, you know
Y'all
how
gonna
that
ship
shit
us
go?
together.
Yeah,
right.
bitch, if I'm going, you going too, ho, you better make a way. Well, you better make a way to get where I'm at.
Or you better get your ass piece.
Yeah.
You better do something.
Thanks.
So yeah, so that's what I did. So I always, cause it was the max penitentiary.
Okay.
So I always kept it to max medium or whatever. That way they won't ship me. Medium low, baby, you going to Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to stay myself in the max medium because I'm not leaving my bitches. She can't go with it. You know, so.
Did you have any, how was the treatment from the officers? Did you have some dickheads? I know.
It was plenty of them. It was plenty of them, and it was the white.
Yes.
Cuts. It was plenty of them. Like they used to like around Thanksgiving time, like this time. You know, we'll go to the CDR or whatever. Coleman, go back to the what the fuck I do? Yeah. You ain't standing in line straight. What the fuck?
Yeah,
so you
they
gonna give me a tray, send back to my motherfucking unit. What's going on? Nah, you ain't eat. Yeah, I bug up on their ass. So yeah, you got some that's like that. You got some that won't let you do certain stuff. Like we used to have parties. We used to have parties or whatever. Everybody bring their food in. We make burritos, have our music playing.
You had the Bombays and stuff?
The who?
The Bombays. That's what we call it in Georgia. Like little drink, keep you geeked up and all that.
No, we ain't had that. No, okay. We ain't had that. But we had we had cool officers. They used to let our cells be open. That's how we was able to take our bitch in the room. We do what I do because they ain't never came. They ain't give a fuck. They just came to do they 7 to 3 and leave. They ain't give a fuck. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was good. I did my time smoothly.
Okay.
Smoothly.
Did you see anything like horrific happening there? I remember I was locked up one time and I seen a girl get her pinky chopped off trying to catch the dough.
No, but I have seen a few people hang themselves. They killed themselves. You know, they get the time get to them. You know, especially if they've been in there 6 Canada's already and got about 60 more to do. Damn. You know, so and then they don't have no support there, so they get kind of discouraged. Okay. So I done seen a lot of females in there hang themselves, kill themselves. Now we on lockdown because this idiot want to kill herself. Yeah. You know, so.
Did you have support? Did you make stove?
I made stove every week. I had support. My mama, my mama sent me jewelry. She sent me when I first got there. She sent me $800 so I could get my TV, my radio, my cassette players, and stuff like that. All right, so I was doing my lamp and everything.
Okay then. So did any of your women that you were messing with, did they put money on your books?
Nope.
They didn't. Did you put money on their books?
Hell no, my mama wasn't going. Okay. And even when I came home, I wasn't even writing them no more. It was like out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, then.
So I wasn't writing them. Like I done had a few people that came home just recently. Hey, tell Monique, I said, write me or whatever. Yeah. Oh, damn, he still remember me or she still remember me. So yeah.
Okay, so say me and you was locked up, Monique, you know what I'm saying? Me and you fucking around and shit like that. You get out, then I get out by a year later and I seen you on the street and I'm like, shit, Monique, shit, what's up? What's up with the pussy?
Yeah, I would, especially.
What's up with the pussy? You go,
yeah, especially if it was good. Yeah, what's up? What you want? Especially if we had that bond in jail.
Okay, I just wanted to know since I know that you just messing with them while you were locked up.
Yeah, I did it with my wife. Like one of the film girls, I ended up marrying her or whatever. Okay, then. My mama made, girl, if you don't take that ring out, because we make our rings.
I know. Yeah, they do. Yes, going down there.
So we ended up coming. She got out before me. I came home like 2 years later, so we tried to make it do what it do. Okay. But she still had that mentality. Bitch, we're in real world now. I'll fuck you up. But I'm trying to go to say it about it. Yeah. But we end up becoming, we did our little 1-2, our little thing, but we just friends now. She got her boyfriend and trying to make kids, and I got my 2, and I done moved on.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I still got tattoos, got bitches' names on me and everything.
Okay then. Hey, keeping it all the way around 100. That's how it going now. For real.
Yep.
All right. Monique, so after that you get out or whatever, have the victim's family, had they tried to reach out to you? Have they been trying to get at you? Like, what's going on? Is people after you? Like, how do they feel? How do they feel that you actually got out?
I don't know how they really feel. Well, I don't go like in my where it happened at in my city, in my town or whatever. I don't go back over there, but when I used to see the oldest sister. She couldn't stand me. She used to meme of me like she just used to stare at me. I'm like, I tell my rap like, rap, why did bitch staring at me? You go out there.
Yeah.
What's up? So you like, man, don't worry about it. She ain't gonna do no while I'm right here or whatever. So she never said nothing to me. But it's his brother. He was always in and out of jail, I will say. But he out now and it's like he been sending me friend requests on Facebook. I had to block him. He'll come back and make another page. Send me. I'm like, damn, this weird as hell.
Yeah.
And he was doing that for like 2 years. So I'm like, okay, I'm telling my mom. She was like, well, just block him, make a police report, you know, or do something like that. I'm like, well, what the hell the police report gonna do? I'ma just block him. But it seemed like, you know, we all got the same mutual friends because we from the hood.
Yeah.
Why is you coming and fuck with me?
Yes.
I said, you know what? I'ma just be his friend for like 24 hours, see what he got to say.
Say yes.
So he ended up not saying nothing. So I guess he got in contact with the older sister, like, yeah, she sent me a friend request, going to send her one. Then she sent me a friend request. I'm like, oh hell no, what the fuck going on?
We ain't on the child of shit.
Yeah, so but the youngest sister, she always been cool with me. I talked to her when I came home. You know, she understand what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
She told my
the
mama,
understanding.
and that's why the older sister, they used to always get into it about it. Like, that's our brother still, but you don't know what happened in her house.
Yes, exactly.
You
That's
only
true.
hear what people telling you.
Yes.
You don't know what went on in that lady's house. That was her house.
Exactly.
So, yes, I just recently got connected with his sister, the baby sister who I'm telling you about, because she got cancer and she in the hospital. And, you know, any day now she could pass away. So I had to reach out to her and let her know. And I wanted to know, I was like, okay, well, because I told my mama. She was like, well, I want to inbox her, just say a little prayer and leave it alone. But it wouldn't let me do that. I mean, I did say a prayer, but I still reached out to her.
Yes.
And her response, I was like, damn, what her response gonna be? And she was like, oh, thank you, Mo, and I love you too. And that was so sweet. You know, I was like, okay. And it brought tears to my eyes like that. But I don't want to go and open up another wound. Like, you always doing something. I don't want to be like, well, I'm sorry for what happened, you know, at your house, you know, stuff like that. Yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up. So
okay. So Mo, what would you say to a female that was in your situation that's going through domestic violence and stuff like that? What would you say?
I would tell them it's red flags. You got to pay attention to the red flags.
Okay.
Pay attention to the red flags and run.
Okay.
Run. And if you scared to run, just go. And when you make police reports, you know, you have to have a paper trail.
Okay.
If I would have had a paper trail, Pink, I wouldn't have did no time. No time.
So what they be like, well, damn, Mo, he done took me out my mama's house. He paying all the bills. I'm living with him. When he all right. You know what I'm saying? It's just when he get bad. What you got to say to that?
But what if it's, you know, he gets you? What you gonna do? It's either like, and it's hard to say. It's like, it's either me or you. You know, I'm going out with a fight.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what type of mind frame I had. Now it's like, just try to escape. Try to give people your location. Send people your location. Let them know, because if anything happens to them, they know where to come.
Okay.
You know, so.
All right.
Back then, it'll be, get him before you get, I get him before he get me. Situations like that, but no. And to avoid all that, just try to, like, find help. Go send out locations. Reach out to somebody. Let them know where you at so they could, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. Can y'all be like on standby or something like that, you know?
Okay. So what if somebody be like, shit, I want to talk to Mo. I want to hit up Mo. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through some things. Can they hit you up? Do you want to hit him up? You got any social media or?
Who? Like who?
Just anybody that's watching this, a female.
Oh yeah, they can, because I always said, like, it's a juvenile setting up. I want to be a mentor. I want to be a mentor to the youth, because I started off as a youth, you know.
Of course.
And if it's 50 kids, you know, boys and girls there, at least I got it, you know, at least 10 of them heard me, you know.
Yes.
And the other 40, oh well, I don't care.
Yes.
You know, those are people who go be the statistics. You know, at least I saved 10 people out of the 50, you know.
Okay.
So, yes, anybody, they could come reach me, hit me up on my YouTube. You know, that's what I talk about. I basically talk about it.
Tell me your YouTube channel. What's going on with it?
Beautiful Blossom TV is my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Y'all can hear more of my story, my prison stories on my YouTube channel. It's in my playlist. So, yes, make sure y'all hit me up.
Okay, then. All right, then, Mo. You already know it was good talking to you.
Yes,
but with your girl. Yes, all right, then. There you have it. Another episode on Confinement.